In a survey conducted by the American Pet Products Association, it states that 67% of U.S. householders own pets. Based on my interest in animal care, I'll be able to inform you of what is happening to innocent animals around the world. Now, what if I told you that millions of pets, just like yours, are suffering from animal abuse all around the world? Now, this does not only apply to domestic animals, this also applies to those animals that we consider food. Today, I'll be informing you about the top 3 different types of animal abuse and how you can stop them. Number 1 is animal fighting. Now, what is animal fighting, you might ask? Animal fighting, according to the Legal Defense Fund, is a staged fight between 2 animals or an animal and a human, and it's basically held for the purpose of human entertainment. Now, these fights are not stopped until one of the animals is either dead or refuses to continue fighting. Now, these poor animals are usually faced with being abandoned or being brutally killed. Now, some ways that their owners and trainers use to dispose of them, according to the ALDF, are by shooting them, hanging them, electrocuting them, or even hanging them. Now, according to the ALDF, in a dog's a man's world, their motto is breed the best and bury the rest. And that just goes to show how cruel people can be to these poor innocent animals. And how to prevent these is, number 1, not attending these type of events, because it's just basically encouraging them to continue doing these types of horrific events. And it's just another form of gambling. And number 2 is alerting the authorities, because this type of event is illegal in all 50 states. Number 2 is factory farming. Now, factory farming applies to those animals who are raised for the human consumption, such as cows, chickens, pigs, etc. In an article written by the Humane Society, it states that laying hens are forced to live in 67 square inches battery cages where they are expected to be laying eggs constantly. Now, in these small cages, the hens don't have enough room for them to spread their wings or stretch their limbs. Now, cows don't have it any easier. They are crammed into cages, into pens called feeding lots, where they are stuffed with different types of fattening diets, which is basically preparing them for slaughter. How to prevent these, you might ask? You could switch to buying only cruelty-free products and support those who promote free cage products. And another way is becoming vegan. Number 3, our final and more common type of animal abuse in the United States is animal neglect. Now, animal neglect, according to Pet Finder, is when an animal is denied its basic necessities such as food, fresh water, and or shelter. And these types of things usually happen because pet owners are uneducated on the subject and are just completely ignorant. This happens when people buy pets and they forget that they are making a lifetime commitment to take care of these animals, and they just forget about them and throw them away like they're just toys. And we have to remember that they are not toys, that they have feelings as well. And some ways to prevent these types of things from happening are, instead of buying a pet, if you know that you're not financially stable, instead of buying a pet, you can donate your free time to spending your time with sheltered animals, like visiting shelters and playing with the animals there. And another one is, if you see this type of thing happening, you can also report this to the authorities, because it is also a felony in almost all 50 states. In conclusion, animal cruelty can be can be hiding under plain sight. I have showed you the 3 most common types of animal abuse, which are animal fighting, factory farming, and animal neglect. It is time to take a stand and speak up for those innocent animals. Thank you.